Okay, so you're now tuning in to On the Corner Interviews. My name's Eddie.
You already know who it is. It's Nick.
And we have, once again, just continuing that motto of real people, real places, you know? We have a special guest today. I know him, and go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
You know me, and other people are going to know me. All the fans of the Corner Talk podcast. My name is Carlo Castro. You have to give it some spice when you pronounce my name.
All right, that's good.
I'm from the Valley's Finest podcast. It's a podcast where you focus on Valley shit. We've had mostly artists, musicians come on, but now we're getting like mix of people. We got this dude that's works with the city. We got some realtors coming on. Okay. So yeah, I'm really excited. We're gonna have Corner Talk on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
From the Valley, so
the Valley podcast. Tell me about that, man. How do you feel about podcasting, and tell me, why do you do it?
What do I do? I'm gonna tell you. Can I tell you the history of it?
Of course you can,
I'm gonna tell you
man.
the history of it.
I'd love that.
All right, so you guys probably already saw the episode with Damien. That's my homie Damien, and him and I, like, when we talk, like, we're just hanging out at his house, and when we're talking, we have like good chemistry, and then like good shit comes out of it. So I'm like, dude, I know what we gotta do. Let's play channel. So like, that's what originally what we were gonna do. We were gonna play games, and just because I like video games, and I'm like, yeah, we can talk, we can be funny, we can have a conversation. And he's like, no, I'm not really a gamer, but since like him and I have been in the Valley music scene already, like that's kind of just like crossing both those things. So it's like, all right, let's talk about Valley stuff, and that kind of just birthed the podcast.
The whole idea of it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The Valley's Finest. Tell me, are you the finest
I am.
out of the Valley? Is that why? Is that where the title comes from?
It is. I'm the namesake of where the name from it. I don't know if you guys have seen the Galpin Ford or on Roscoe. Yeah, get it at Galpin. Yeah. I'm not getting paid for that, but free promotion for Galpin. At the car lot, they have a sign that says the Valley's Finest. Used cars, but that's on the other side. But on this side, you see the Valley's Finest, and I took a photo. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So that's what it's
The Valley's Finest. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
Where did I grow up? Early childhood. Well, I'm gonna tell you where I was born, in Monterey Park. That's kind of like east of LA. That's where I started my life. That's where I was popped out of the pusher. And I lived a little bit early childhood in Pasadena, not too long, and then I was like 8 years old or 7 where I came over here to Panorama, and yeah, that's where I've been ever since.
Panorama, tell me about a young 8-year-old John going through Panorama.
There's been some stories here right on this bridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Like this one.
I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, there's some stuff I probably don't want to say on this.
Oh my god.
But no, like early childhood, just me and my brother roaming around, going to Target, just throwing shopping carts off, looking off people on the train, you know, shit like that.
So you could say you were a troublemaker.
I was a
Troublemakers go, not really. That's exactly what troublemakers do.
I was a good kid that did some travesuras every now and then, not gonna lie. Some little shenanigans every now and then.
Why not, man?
Yeah,
Street
you gotta enjoy your life, man.
Got to.
So, what is your background as far as like where your parents are from and stuff like that?
My parents are from, they're both from Mexico. My mom's from Sinaloa, Mexico. My dad's from Durango. I think he's in Juarez right now. Yeah, so shout out to my dad. And yeah, I don't feel like I got as much of the culture. Like at home we talk pure Spanish, but
it's sprinkled. You know, you got some spice.
Oh yeah, I got the spice in there. Like I could speak Spanish, but I mean like sometimes there's like memes like, oh, you know you're Mexican if, and I'm like, yeah, I could relate, but yeah, that's that on day.
So tell me what's it like being a young Hispanic growing up,
Young Hispanic.
like in school and stuff like that.
School. I'm gonna tell you how it is being a young Hispanic güerito in LA.
So that's different.
It's a little different because I don't look Hispanic, so like you kind of, I don't know, like at school they'd be like, hey, you're not really, like you kind of feel like an imposter trying to be who you are, if that makes sense.
So you felt a little like
I have to prove that I'm like Mexican.
Yeah.
So I have to like overdo it. You know what I mean? Like hanging out, like throwing in some Spanish words, just so they're like, oh yeah, he's Hispanic, he's one of us. He can hang.
So how do you feel about judgment?
Judgment?
Being judged, judging somebody.
I judge everyone. It's true. Everyone judges everyone. But we gotta be like human about it and not like put malice about it.
Mm-hmm. So you think judging is a positive, or you're just saying you do it?
It's a natural instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see this, you judge it. You're like, all right, it's kind of
cool.
Ghetto. There's tagging on it.
Oh,
You
okay.
saying it's cool, but I'm like, all right. Like we all just naturally have an impression.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like legit judging, which is what I think you meant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just let people live their life. You know?
Exactly.
You don't gotta be a dick.
Okay. So tell me, you have any questions, Nick?
Yeah, I actually have a few. You know, I've
Tell
been
me.
listening. I've been enjoying the journey so far. But you know, how is it now? He asked you how was it when you were growing up. How are things now? You know, how old are you actually?
How old am I? I'm 25 years old.
25.
I was born September 7th, 1994. Send me a birthday card at my email. You can send it to the Valley's Finest email, valley'sfinest2018 at Gmail.
Happy
do.
late birthday, man.
Thank you.
Don't just send the candles. He'll like them.
Yeah.
You know.
How has it been? I'm gonna be real.
Please.
I don't know if I want to be real, but I'm gonna be real because we're all gonna die, and like.
We're on our way.
No, don't do it, David. David's gonna commit suicide right now. Not on camera. You gotta do it on camera for the views, man. So to be real, like I grew up in Panorama. I feel like that's where I really grew up, and I grew up with a mom who's like mentally ill. Like she's like actually has problems, and like I feel like it's left some scars growing up. Cause like she would have episodes where she's like at school she would yell, like there's like a parent teacher night or like some sort of like thing where like the families come, something triggers her and then she causes a scene. And like growing up, like I wouldn't want people to come over to the house, you know, because like what if she spazzes out?
So it had like a detrimental effect on you. Like you felt like you wanted your home life to be closed off. Like you didn't want to have people there. You didn't want people to see things. You know, did it cost you anything in return? You know? Like,
It cost me like those, like kids growing up. They're like, oh yeah, I've had sleepovers, hanging out at
Yeah.
at the house.
all of that.
I mean, I still had a little bit of that, but like I would always be conscious, like, is mom gonna freak out right now?
Or like everybody has to be here like until my mom comes and then everybody has to get
Yeah.
out, you know.
So tell me something. How do you feel about mental health?
Mental
How important is it? And do you advocate that for yourself and other people?
Mental health is important, obviously, because I feel it's kind of like your mental is who you are, your brain is who you are. That's who you are. So you're just kind of like literally taking of who you are. And I was scared, like seeing my mom be like that and it getting so bad, because I'm scared that like I can get to that point. So like I've gone to therapy.
Yeah.
I've
So
done.
you've started to help yourself
Yeah.
even before there's even anything to be helped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think we've all had like points where we're like, oh shit, I feel really fucked up. I've had depressive points.
Yeah, but I feel like your mom to you like is like your bottom line. Like if you haven't
I'm not
reached
getting to that point.
Yeah, so it's like anything before that is acceptable. You know, like you haven't reached that point where you like, okay, I'm literally like in her same like footsteps.
Oh,
I'm
thank
following
God.
her footsteps, you know. So it's like
She's at the point where, like, I don't know if there's going back, because she refuses help. Fuck, I don't know.
Like that.
I don't know if I'm trying to say this on the interview.
What's your opinion on therapy?
On therapy? I think it's stigmatized and it shouldn't be. And I think it might not be as accessible for people because, you know, people don't have insurance. I don't even know if insurances cover that.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
For me, like, I told
don't
my
know.
dad, and like, it was really, I think that was like one of the turning points in my life. Coming clean to my dad, and I'm like, all right, dude, I need therapy. And like, I appreciate it because he's like, all right, we're gonna get you some help. And I just went once. I make it seem like I went regularly.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
one time
Deep in
I
therapy.
learned something.
No, yeah, like.
But no, that one thing, that one session it could have helped you.
Cause like, I never got into the process of just looking at my thoughts, seeing like what I'm thinking. Like I just let them happen. I let them fester, and it's kind of like an illness.
Yeah.
Like when you have like a infection and you just let it get gross. That's what those mental illnesses are. And like that one therapy session opened my mind, and I'm like, all right, I gotta take care of myself. Gotta be mindful of the thoughts that I allow in my head. The shit that.
So now.
I'm gonna make a quick statement.
Yeah,
Like
go for it.
So I didn't know if I had money for it, and my dad's like, "Dude, let's just go to Mexico." And I went to a therapy session in Mexico.
Wow.
That was cute. We got mole over there. That was nice.
Mole. That's good.
At the therapy session.
Oh, not that guy recommended me a restaurant. He's a cool dude. Wish I still had his card. Cool dude.
Was it really good, the mole?
Yeah, that shit was
better
bomb.
than out here?
Yeah. I also went
Yeah.
I went with a Theo. He went with us, and he's a chef. And I'm like, they're raving about it, like, damn, this is delicious. He's like, eh.
So tell me, were you completely receptive in the beginning of the session? Were you just completely open to what they were telling you or what they were asking you? Or were you a little bit guarded?
No, straight from the. Once I sat down, I'm like, all right, fucker, this is what we're gonna talk about today.
Really? How'd that go?
Not that cocky, but
Yeah.
that guy was cool. I think it's just like having a place where you're allowed to talk about what you're going through.
A release.
Yeah, this is kind of how I feel right now. It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm allowed to talk about shit that I'm thinking that's been in there, and sometimes like we don't even think about that stuff.
Tell me, what do you hate about the
I
world?
hate.
Wait 1 second, let the train pass.
I hate trains. Not kidding. I love trains.
Do you love trains?
I like turtles.
Get out of here.
What do I hate?
What do you hate, man? Tell me what you hate.
What do I hate? I'm sure there's things I hate, but
You can't think of anything? Do you love everything?
I mean, there's things I dislike. There's things that I'm not like super fond of.
Tell me one.
I don't know. I don't know if I could get something deep out of that.
People honking horns.
Maybe something simple like
I hate when you download
crazy drivers.
Actually, that could get kind of deep because I don't hate them, but I kind of do in the moment. Right?
Yeah.
But then I think like, why are you so mad at this moment?
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds from now, we're both gonna be going our separate directions. We're not gonna be thinking about it. But you act like I killed your mom in that moment. What the fuck?
Yeah. So your mood is more nonchalant, you would say, and you just roll with the punches.
I try to.
Yeah.
But sometimes shit gets under your skin. Sometimes shit gets under my skin. But that's usually a symptom of just shit building up. So like after having like a couple bad weeks, something will happen. I'm like I'll overreact. But that's just because like I'm already at that point.
So tell me what's next, man. What's your plan in life? Short term, long term, whatever you want.
To be the greatest. That's the plan. I don't know what the greatest is, but you guys will see.
Just the greatest.
Greatest something. I feel like the Valley's Finest is a good platform for us and for everyone that comes on as a stepping stone. So I'm glad we're building that, and I'm glad you guys are building this, the Corner Talk podcast. What's the next plan? Definitely gonna keep growing the Valley's Finest. And I didn't even touch on like music. I'm a musician. I'm gonna be releasing music.
Yeah. Tell me about music, man. How's that going?
It's been a little tricky because I don't know what I want to do musically because I have so many influences. I have a lot of like, jazzy influences, indie shit that I like, some like electronic shit, and like I can't just fuse all of that and make it sound good. So it's kind of like hard finding the path of where I want to go.
So what do you do with music? You play instruments? You produce?
I
play guitar?
I do some production.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
Officially since 2009, so 10 years.
Damn.
10 dirty years.
What can I ask? What do you got? You got a question, Nick?
Yeah, spiritually, how do you feel right now? You know, do you feel like you're okay?
Spiritually? If I'm not okay right now, I know I'll get okay. But I feel fine right now.
It's always good to like have that in your head to know that you're gonna be okay regardless. You know, some people don't have that. And it gets to them. You know, they need a person to be able to tell them that things are alright without being told.
Getting back to the music, why a guitar? You could have played the piano.
That's true.
Drums.
I think a little bit, you know, because it's a sexy instrument. I want to get chicks.
Yeah.
But, I think that was like the initial mindset, but like now it's just so seamless for me to like get an idea through the guitar. So I'm like, all right, it's my instrument.
So that was basically it. Like you just wanted to be sexy.
Yeah, I was in middle school when I started. The girls I liked were like those rocker chicks, you know. So I'm like, all right.
Just gotta bring my guitar to school.
Really, I didn't have to learn to play guitar to get chicks.
You just had it on
I
you?
just need to have it, but I'm like, you know, it's pretty fun, yeah.
So I can play at home, but why is
they flock to you?
Yeah.
They flock to you, basically.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the direction of the Valley's Finest podcast? What's the point?
What's the point?
Why do you do exactly what you do with it?
I would say that's a good question because I'm a little concerned because I see the direction going away. Well, not going away, but like just growing from like what the initial idea was. The initial idea was just to like help local Valley people get their word out.
Yeah.
But like I want to grow it and I want to make it bigger. And like when you want to grow something, you want like the sky's the limit, right? Like not even the sky, the universe is the limit. And since it's the Valley's finest, like there's only so much you can do when it's just the Valley. But there's still a lot of room for growth for the Valley. But what I'm trying to say is we're gonna do crazy shit with the Valley's finest. I want to do different stuff other than podcasts, different type of content.
I have a personal question.
Tell me.
Will you ever do a podcast without guests?
Without a guest? We had one episode where it was just us, and then we did another episode where it was just us, but there were some technical issues that didn't go up. But definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, those kind of get real because it's like, all right, we're not talking about anything, we're talking about each other. So we kind of get real with each other.
Which one do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy more of the guest or on a personal with your friend here?
I like both. With a guest, it's kind of cool getting like different mindset. Like Damien, like when we got Jalen Jamal on, shouting him out, like he had such a like different mindset, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like it introduces you to like a new way of thinking. But the ones that are just like legit fun is the one where just him and I, cause it's like just hanging out.
Yeah, because me personally, that's what I enjoy. That's that one-on-one. But guests is cool. That's why I started this and the podcast and all that stuff. So, signing out. Go ahead and what's something that you want to put out there in the world? Like something you want to say, or just something you feel like you need to put out there in the world.
Something I want to say. Well, I'm gonna take a moment before I say it.
Yeah, let the people pass by, the civilians.
Some of these motherfuckers, they
All right. Coming back from that break.
From that commercial break.
Yeah. Brought to you by the locals.
Thanks for the lighting, Damien.
It actually looks good without it, but it's still cool. It's cool. I appreciate it.
I don't know, there's nothing crazy I want to say right now. There's just stuff that I want to say over the course of my life. I want to leave behind a life where people are like, all right, he did something cool. I guess that's what I want to say right now.
Yeah?
Stay tuned for my death.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little dark, but
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, this is On the Corner Interviews. Real people, real places. My name's Eddie.
You already know who it is. It's Nick.
And go ahead and sign me out, man.
What if I want Damien in here?
Yeah, come in here, Damien. The Valley's Finest Podcast.
Nice to see you.
The duo, the dynamic.
The
Dynamite. All right, bye. Thank you.
Bye.